Hello, this is John Cleese himself, an international superstar, national institution, comedy icon, and I forgot what the other one is. So, I'm very proud of your son, Pat, because Mr. Marr, should I call you? No, I can call you Pat. We're old pals. Your son has booked a chance for me to tell you how wonderful you are, what a nice chap you are, and all that bullshit. But what fascinates me is his name is Skid. How can you have a kid called Skid? Is it an anagram for kids? In other words, have you several kids who've asked to do this, but they type their names out wrongly? I don't understand. But anyway, let's assume that it's a single son called Skid, and I'm thrilled. I really am to know that you used to watch 40,000 Flying Circus together on Friday nights in Colorado. And that's really touching to know that you make someone laugh, and particularly I love it when I hear that a son or a daughter has had a good time watching the show with a father or a mother. Makes me feel I've done something useful with my life. I'm very surprised that your dad, that Pat, you remember me in Magic Christian? I mean, nobody remembers that. It was a pretty terrible film, you know. The Peter Sellers came to me. It was the 13th draft, and they couldn't get the money. And Graham Chapman and I wrote a draft, and they raised the money on it. And then they got Terry Southern, who wrote the novel, back and gave him a crate of bourbon. And he totally fucked up what we'd written. And I thought it was awful, but I did have a scene with Peter Sellers, which was a wonderful thing, because Peter in those days was probably the top comedy actor in the world. I think he'd just done Strangelove. Anyway, Pat, I once knew a guy called Meyer, who was Joe Meyer, was one of the funniest actors I ever worked with, and he confided to me once two things. It was a very intimate evening, and we were chatting quietly, and he told me that he was Irish and he was gay. And I said, this is not possible. But I don't know if you're Irish, but I'm sure you're not gay because of Kid. Well, I don't know why I talk all this nonsense, but it's a very pleasant way of passing the time and of earning my crust. So thank you, Skid, for inviting me to do this. Bye-bye, Pat.